report. Okay, we got 73% accuracy, 20 questions. I'm gonna look at the questions. Okay, here we go. What would you do before making a U-turn? You want to look, make sure it's clear. Cars can come from both sides, and a lot of beginners, you know how to make the U-turn, but you don't know the dangers. There are cars coming from your right that you can't see. There are cars coming from your left that you can't see. You really have to pull all the way up in the road and look and really wait for the light to change. So a lot of you, 10 of you missed this. So this tells me you maybe know how to do the maneuver, but you don't understand what you do. You got to look over your shoulder and really check. So I understand why you missed that. That's why we got 29% accuracy. Next, you're turning right onto a dual carriageway, a divided highway. What should you do before merging? And you want to check the center reservation. You want to make sure you have room to maneuver. And if you don't think it's a safe maneuver, you shouldn't do the maneuver. I'll say it again. That doesn't make sense, bro. If you can't safely turn around, back up, pull in, back out, you shouldn't be doing the maneuver. If you think the driveway's too small, what are you doing? If you think you can't make the turn, don't do it. If you think you can't back into a driveway, pull out, and pull it to another driveway, you shouldn't be doing those type of maneuvers. So you will find that out because you'll end up getting stuck and you won't be able to do those maneuvers. It's like you backing into your grandma's driveway in Georgia. Her driveway is a quarter of a mile up a steep hill. And if you don't stay in the tracks, you're going to fall off the hill. Or your grandmother's driveway is so steep you can't turn around. You have to back up. Some people have really steep driveways like that. If you can't see clearly behind reversing, what should you do? You have to ask someone to guide you and help you. A lot of beginner drivers are scared to ask someone for help. I don't need help. I know what to do. Well, you're going to back into a bush. You're going to hit a tree. You're going to hit your neighbor's car. If you need help, ask for help. So this is why I see that as 43% accuracy. You're waiting to merge onto a junction. The windscreen pillar is restricting your view. What should you do? What should you be? If you can't see if something is blocking view, motorcycles, pedestrians, and bikes. They're smaller, they're hard to see. You can see cars, but you can't see people walking by. You can't see bike, or you don't notice. I want to say this. You don't notice a bike going by. You don't notice a pedestrian going by. You might notice a motorcycle going by, and then you pull out and hit them, and then it's your fault. When you see a hazard ahead, you should use your mirrors. You want to check to see what are people doing behind you. You want to tap your brake lights, turn on your four-ways. It's your responsibility because we all have a shared responsibility. I want you to know when you guys first start driving that it's real and that if you have a crash, you could get blamed for that crash. If someone else hits you, they could get blamed. Or they may say, well, you made an illegal maneuver and then you caused the accident. The officer will make that judgment. And then if you think the officer's wrong, get a lawyer, go to court, and then prove your case to the judge. What does this road marking mean? Overtaking should move to the left. You need to know your pavement markings. If there's a broken line, you can make a change. If it's a solid line, you can't. We drive in America, so we have a white line on the right and a yellow line on the left. Well, we know this. Well, what if you go to a downtown area and drive on the wrong way? Oh, that happens to a lot of people. Which of these situations should you avoid overtaking a vehicle? Approaching a dip in the road. A dip is when a car bottoms out. And usually sometimes there's a warning sign. Why are these yellow lines painted on the road? To make you aware of speed. In the school zone, they'll have 25 or 20 miles an hour. When your windscreen pillar causes serious obstruction, to your view. Um, when you're going around a curve, going to a junction, there's more than one area to go to. Your mobile phone rings while you're traveling. What should you do? Ignore it. You're not going to ignore it. You're going to pick it up. So you've got to be careful. You got to stay focused on the road. What should you do when you're approaching traffic lights that have been green for some time? It's called a still green light. Be prepared to slow down and stop, but you never want to slam your brakes. So I'm trying to teach you how to drive, how to recognize the do not walk, how to be careful of motorcycles, and then you're nervous. So there are 3 or 4 things going on at one time. So we try to focus on one thing at a time. What should you do when moving off from behind a parked car? You want to check your mirrors. You want to turn on your blinker. 86% accuracy, not bad. When you're waiting to turn right at the end of a road, your view is obstructed by parked cars. What should you do? You want to stop and move forward slowly. You want to increase your field of vision. Which of the following should you do before stopping? You want to use your mirrors. You've got to look. You're following a large vehicle. Why should you stay at a safe distance? It allows you to be seen in the mirrors of the other vehicles. You want to take time and have space. You might not be able to see this or understand it. What should you do when approaching a bridge? You want to slow down. It could be wet. It could be slick. It could be really narrow. When you're driving on a wet road, you have to stop your vehicle in the emergency stop. What should you do? You want to keep both hands on the wheel firmly. Squeeze the brake. You will slide. When may you use your handheld mobile? When suitable, when you're parked, when you're safe. Why should you switch to lights when in the dark? You want to be seen by others. You want to see and be seen. You're traveling along a narrow country road. How should you pass a cyclist? You want to leave room. You don't want to cut them off. Please type in what you learned, please. Type in what you learned, please and thank you. Type in what you learned, please and thank you. Please don't say I was muted the whole time. My God. Was I muted the whole time, Julia? Yes?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Well, I'm going to ball out and go through it. Someone should have told me. Oh, my God. Here we go. Okay, look. If you're traveling on a narrow country road, you want to get a car room. You want to get a motorcyclist room, okay? Give people room when you're passing. I'm going to go over these because I want to do it right. When should you switch your lights? When it first starts, you want to turn on your headlights when it first starts getting dark, okay? Most cars have daytime running lights. You want to see and be seen by others. Next, when may you use your handheld mobile device? When you're parked, when you're off the road, in case there's an emergency, someone's trying to run you off the road, or you think you're in harm's way. You're driving on a wet road, you have to stop for what should you do? You want to keep both hands on the wheel, you will slide. A deer could come out, someone pulls out in front of you, someone is backing out and they didn't see you coming. A kid is running out. What should you do as you approach a bridge? You want to slow down. In the wintertime, it could be freezing. It could be a rain. Just be careful. Go slow over bridges. You'll go from a cement or asphalt to a metal because bridges are made of metal. Some are made of wood. Kind of scary. You're following a large vehicle. Why should you stay at a safe distance so you can see around the vehicle? The driver behind you can see you. There are 4 blind spots, left side, right side, front, and back. But some of you saying it's common sense, but remember, I'm teaching you and you've never experienced this. You don't know how to make a right turn. You don't know how to make a left. You don't know how to parallel park. So a lot of people say, this is so easy. If it was so easy, your parents can be an instructor. You can be an instructor. Well, I don't have the patience. Dude, you have the patience. You can do it. Yeah, I do. But I'm human just like you. And if I get rest, I'm even more fun. Okay? I don't work on Friday. Saturday, I'm excited to drive. You'll have some good routes. So you got to check your mirrors before you stop. I need to see more of you do this. Check your mirrors, check your mirrors, check your mirrors. You're waiting to turn right at the end of the road. Your view is obstructed by parked vehicles. What should you do? You want to move forward. It's called showing the car. You want people to see your car. You want to inch forward. What should you do when moving off behind a parked car? Check your mirrors. Turn on your blinker. What should you do when approaching a traffic light that's been green? It's a still green light. You just want to be careful. Scan the intersection. Never slam brakes. Go through with caution. Your mobile phone rings. Ignore it. You're not going to ignore it. What do you do when your windscreen pillar causes your serious obstruction? You've got to look around the curve. Look on the other side of your A pillar. Your windscreen is your windshield. Yellow painted lines give you information. If you have broken yellow lines on your side, you can change lanes. If you have a solid yellow, you can't. If you have a solid line, this means you're on the left. A white line on your right. What should you do when overtaking a vehicle and there's a dip in the road? You want to slow down, maybe let the car pass. All roads aren't flat. When you see a hazard ahead, you should use your mirrors. Why is this? To assess how your actions will affect the flow of the traffic. If there's a bear in the road or a big, basketball, you have to stop, okay? Or a kid in the road that no one saw. You're going to stop. Or a dog, okay, if possible, okay? We all love dogs. You're waiting to merge from a junction. Your wind pillar is restricting your view. You got to look for motorcycles, pedestrians. If you're not sure on how to back up or back out, have some, Mom, Dad, come on, help me. What's wrong? I don't want to hit the house. Can you help me? Oh, great, sure. Your parents should be excited to help you. No, they're not. What should you do before making a U-turn? Make sure it's clear. You have traffic coming really fast from your left, really fast from your right. You've got to wait till it's clear. You're going to be reversing, and that's the scary part because cars don't expect you to back out. Okay, type what you learned, please. Type what you learned. We got 15 minutes. I'm going to hit you with another quick one. Type what you learned, please, and thank you. Type what you learned. And we're going to hit you with another quick one. We're always trying to grow you guys. And this is what driver's education is about, helping adults and teens learn how to drive. This is a good driving situation here. I'm just looking over some information. Oh, this would be solid too. Okay, let's go ahead and go over some of this information to give you a deeper insight. Driver education, chapter 11, visual attention. What does the acronym SIPED stand for? You want to scan. You're in your neighborhood. You're scanning for little kids, people cutting grass, the little dog running across the street, the black cat. Black cat's a good look. You want to identify, what should I do? Should I cover my brake? Should I keep moving? You want to predict, this kid will walk in front of me. You want to decide, okay, I'm going to stop. And then E stands for execute. Are you going to really execute or are you going to panic? So all of you need to do this. You got to have your game plan ready to go. All of you type in what you learned as I go over each one, right? We got 14 minutes. We're going deep. Type what you learned about the SIPED process. Type in the situation, okay? Type in the situation. Good thing I have something to drink. Type in the situation. The next situation. Okay, here you go, the next situation. Type in what you learned and give us an example. Don't type in, I learned the SIPED process. No. What is the purpose of the 2-second rule according to the text? You want to have room. The minimal following distance is 2 seconds, but that is not enough. You want to have 3. You want to have 4. You as beginners, you're going to tailgate. Like, I want to keep up with the car, but you're tailgating. And a lot of you have too much room. And then cars behind you are like, oh my God, it's the student driver. I am so mad. And then I look in the mirror and tell you, please pick up a little bit. And you're like, okay. So you have to keep up with the flow. And a lot of beginners either have 1.5 seconds, you're about to rear end someone, or you have 4.5 seconds or 5.5 seconds. So you need to learn speed control. So again, type in a situation, type in something you learned. This tells me you're learning. I'm putting the work on you. And that's what I'm supposed to do. I read the information, you type in the situation, you show me you learned. And then on Saturday and Sunday, we're going to put the practical knowledge together. Let's go to the next. What does it mean to separate? Keep space. You're in your school parking lot. Separate. Keep space. You're in your neighborhood. There are little kids playing. Separate. Keep space. You're pulling out from your neighborhood street onto the main thoroughfare. Separate. Keep space. You have kids. You have a car. You have to handle the potential risk one at a time. If you're driving through your neighborhood, the most important thing is the kids. You can hit a car. They can buy another car. You can't hit a kid. You can't buy another kid. So you got to be able to separate. And you'll learn to say, well, can I just drive slow? You don't understand. This is higher level thinking. So you got to be able to separate. Oh, I understand. I'm driving through a school parking lot and there are little kids to my left. So you go more to the right. And I started out some of you in the parking lot. And I said, let's stay middle right. People walking right in front of us. Cars backing up. So you got to look. What is the danger zone? This is where you're going through an intersection, the space in which it is impossible for the driver to stop. The light is getting ready to change red. You're already in the intersection. You can't stop. You're going to slam brakes and get rear-ended. You're going to slam brakes and stop or slam and slide through. So most of you, from beginning driver's perspective, panic. And I tell you, proceed with caution. But if you're starting to run lights, we're going to have a talk because you're going to get us killed. And I'm putting the responsibility on you as I should. So you got to look ahead. You got to grow up. You got to make decisions. You can't lose focus. So I didn't take my focusing medication. You got to take your medication. Well, I stayed up all night playing video games. Stop playing video games all night. I can't. I'm addicted. Well, then don't drive in the morning with your instructor. What does it mean to compromise, referring to the context? You want to leave room. We're driving through your school parking lot. We're going to stay in the middle right. We're driving through your neighborhood. We're in America. We drive middle right. We're driving through a downtown area. You scan. You take your time, leaving room for the more dangerous of the two hazards without unnecessarily risking. What does that mean? Your school parking lot, there's a person on the left of you, there's a person on the right. You guys are in school or you're taking classes at college. I don't like that stuff. Well, when you go into a busy parking lot, either your school is losing the state championship, or they're winning state championship, yay, or one of you going to go on to play college sports, yay, or your whole school is terrible and you know it and the other team knows it and then they tear down your field goal post, yay. What is the recommended action when dealing with multiple hazards? I love this. You got to deal with one at a time. If it's too many, you want to slow down and take them very slowly. And I like this situation because it's really deep. And you're going to see this school parade, school parking lot in the morning, entering your school, leaving your school, because the seniors don't care. They'll run you over. They'll run your parents over too. Hey, that's Indy's mom. So what? Hey, that's Julia's dad. So what? Hey, that's Benjamin's brother. So what? Hey, that's Caden's. So what? They don't care. Hey, that's Max's dad. So what? Hey, that's Brenda's mom. So what? They don't care. Hey, that's Danielle. So what? I hit her boyfriend too. So what? They don't care. Hey, that's Quentin's brother. So what? That's his sister. So what? They don't care because they don't know you. If people don't know you, they don't care. Don't you guys realize this? They don't care because they don't know you, but some of them know you and they still don't care. So this is why they're going to go really fast to a parking lot. And you're going to get mad because you got your little 5-year-old brother with you and you have to watch him. Yes. So you got to really be careful. And it goes back to your school parking lot. What is the main idea of interval concepts in terms of driving? You want to keep good distance. Distance allows you to make traffic lights. Distance allows you to safely slow down. Distance allows you safely to speed up, like merging on an expressway. You're going to be looking over your shoulder and you're going to be going 20. We're going too slow. Or you're going to be going 50. That's okay. So you will learn this. And some of you will be going expressway this weekend. Yay. The 3 visual functions are focus, okay. Look straight ahead. That is the focus. You look straight ahead. Okay, inner fringe is right outside. Peripheral is your side vision. If you're a really good video gamer, you have good peripheral vision. If you can only see what's in front of you, then you have bad peripheral vision. And you won't see cars to the left. You won't see cars to the right. You're vulnerable. Grandma's going to run a light. I'm sorry, baby, I didn't see you. And she'll fall anyway. No, Grandma, you ran the yellow light. I did not see you. Grandma, I have a dash cam and you hit me. Sunday mornings are very dangerous. We have seniors out. No cap. It's true. So you got to move your eyes. Peripheral vision is most important. It sees hazards. I told you. Oh, no, you didn't. It's right here. Peripheral vision is most important. And that's why a lot of beginners pull out in front of cars. And you're going to scare your mom and dad, and you're going to give them a heart attack. They're going to go like, oh my God, John, I can't drive with her anymore. She's your daughter. You take her out. You really going to make me take on my daughter? Yes. Take me back home now. Mom, why is Dad? Never mind. Dad, why is Mom in the back? We have to go home right now. So, yes, you're going to pull out in front of a car. While driving, even when the traffic seems normal, you should search your environment. A lot of you won't do this. You'll just kind of be daydreaming. Remember, I can't see your eyes. I'm sitting in the passenger seat, but I have to see you turning your head. Turning your head when you turn. No pun intended. Maintaining the minimum following distance of 2 seconds is ideal urban driving to help prevent crashing into vehicles ahead. Keep good speed, keep good space, and a smile. Really technical tonight. When vehicles follow you too closely or tailgate, reduce your speed gradually. You can't slam your brakes. If you do, you will get rear-ended and you will get a ticket. What is the greatest danger when following a large vehicle in traffic as a result? Reduce visibility. When driving on a street where the vehicles are parked alongside the side, we had the same question. You should check for car doors. It's called dooring. So you want to check for car doors. Driving vehicle A and vehicle B cuts in front of it, what should you do? You want to reduce your speed. You want to keep room. You want to leave yourself an out. An out is space. You never want to be boxed in. A car could pull out in front of you. A car could do a U-turn. People could start fighting. To check the side of the roadway where driving, you should use short glances. A lot of you will stare at the line to the right and drift off the road. Some of you still do this on drive 2 or drive 3 or drive 4. Driving vehicle A in the situation shown in the diagram, you should reduce your speed. Driving vehicle A in the diagram, reduce your speed and yield. You want to yield to traffic when safe. You just don't want to stop in the middle of the street. We have 5. A restricted line of sight area occupied by a road user. Closed space ahead. Downtown traffic. You're in your school parking lot. It's a football game or basketball game. And Dominic is going to break the school record for tackles. And there's a scout from the University of Texas and Florida State and South Florida. The parking lot is packed. It's hard to see traffic at the end. So you really got to go slow. If the area is available to operate your vehicle without any restrictions in your line of sight and your path is less traveled, look for open space. The technique to reduce hazards by reducing speed and increasing time. This is a good test question. And space, or by changing lanes. You want to minimize. Go slower in your neighborhood. Go slower in your school parking lot. Go slower when you go on your college visit. Drive slower. Go slower when you back up. The kids next door are watching you. Hi, Dominic. Hi, Avalon. Hi, Danielle. Hi, Lee. You're like, oh my God, why is this 3-year-old girl? Because you are their hero, Lee. They see you driving. Yes. Or Avalon, they see you. Hi, Avalon. You don't even know the kid. They know your name. They see you walking your dog. So you got to really be careful. I'm telling you. So minimize. Go slow. Back up slow. Look out your back window. Toot your horn. I'm not doing those things. Well, you just hit your neighbor's car. You just ran over your neighbor's bike and they hate you and they're crying. Kids leave toys out everywhere. The technique of taking each hazard one at a time to minimize the risk to you and yourself is called separate. The technique of leaving more space from the greater distance of two hazards without unnecessarily risk from each other is called compromise. You want to compromise and pick the least riskiest. Never hit a child. This is not San Andreas. Stop at the red light signal, and when the light changes, you should check left, right, and left. You got to look first. At an intersection where the field of vision is obstructed, I love those key words, obstructed, as shown to the right, advance slowly. Look, remember, everyone can be an instructor. Approach the railroad crossing, you should reduce speed. Type in what you learned, please. Type in what you learned. We're going to deep dive, man. This is real. All this stuff is real, right? We're learning so much today. Like, you're just learning. Like, your brain is exploding. Where are you guys from? What part of the world are you from? Type in where you're from. Are you an adult? Are you a teen? Are you a random? Type in where you're from. Okay, let's look at what you guys put in. And remember, the expectation is when we drive, you're going to have more knowledge. And it's all on your instructor. If your instructor's lazy and old and tired, here, do this worksheet. I don't use Quizzy. I don't use Kahoot. We're just going to show you old videos from 25 years ago. Sit down and shut up. You're like, Mom, I can't stand this. I wish we had a better instructor. You got to be able to separate and minimize dangers. And that's really going to help you become a good driver and understand. You're driving in a neighborhood. It's kids. Slow down. Like, go slow. Like, look, make eye contact. Lady, you better get your son. Ma'am, you better get your daughter. You're not watching your son or daughter. You're just on Facebook. You're on Instagram. We haven't went through a lot of neighborhoods this year. We go through our standard neighborhood with the blind right turns, the blind left turns. There's some other neighborhoods I can take you in that are really curvy, tight. They have cul-de-sacs. Those are pretty good. They're different neighborhoods. It just depends on where I think your skill set is. I try to take you into more busy areas to really show you more real life, because in a neighborhood that doesn't have a lot of activity, you're not really going to learn as much. On the other hand, like, let's say Halloween. I've driven on Halloween before. It's crazy. I don't want to drive on Halloween because you have little kids who are getting candy. You have parents who are tired and their son or daughter's running across the street. Or the 4th of July. Okay. I learned that someone is tailgating you. You should reduce your speed gradually. Thank you. Appreciate that. Dangers you face while driving behind a large vehicle. It will obstruct your view. Take one hazard at a time. Thank you. I've learned on how you should watch for objects in your neighborhood, not just kids. That's correct. Because some kids will put a basketball hoop up right on the edge of their driveway, and they'll say, car, and then some kid will run out and push it. I've learned how important it is to compromise to face more than one hazard at a time. That's important, good, love it. Don't engage in tailgaters. It's not worth it. We have 1 minute. Put your first, middle, last name, and date of birth. Do that for me. Guys, I thought this session was awesome. We learned a lot today. A lot of good learning going on. And I want to say thank you. Look at these videos. We're really going to get some good content out. Bye. All right, guys, put your first